Well, now it's a big week. It's a big week for a lot of Irish people. So let's turn our attention to the crown jewel of jumps racing. Of course, we are talking about the Cheltenham Festival.
And we're crossing live to the Virgin Media sports reporter Bernard O'Toole. Bernard, you got the best gig in sports reporting this week. You have a big week ahead, though.
Yeah, it was a tough job, but somebody had to do it, so I thought I'd volunteer. Yes, welcome to day one of the Cheltenham Festival. You can see it there. There is the programme for day one, and fittingly, it is Rachel Blackmore who's on the programme. We're in the parade ring, which is a busy place to be today, Andrea and Tommy. As you can see, away to our right there, that's where the winners will make their way up from the track, having won the races, and come into the parade ring here. They'll hear the Cheltenham roar, which of course wasn't here 12 months ago when this meeting took place behind closed doors. They'll come into the parade ring. It's a busy place to be as well because, of course, the presentation will take place just behind us here, and if you look away to the right you can see the many TV crews which are already set up for what promises to be a really special day's racing. All gets underway later on today, of course, with the big race, the champion hurdle later on today. But to put it into context, they're expecting 275,000 spectators through the gates between now and Friday here. So many of those will be Irish, of course. The Irish invasion well and truly underway, and some interesting facts and figures we've been hearing the last couple of days. 20,000 bottles of champagne will be opened. 8,000 gallons of tea will be poured. There's 350 chefs on board here, 50 restaurants, and as well as that, we hear that 9 tons of potatoes will be consumed between now and Friday. But it's a massive race meeting. It is the Olympics of horse racing, and we're looking forward to it all getting underway later on today.
9 tons of potatoes. Yeah, definitely the Irish are there, drinking tea, eating potatoes.
How did we miss that?
And then celebrating with champagne as well. And it was at the top of the newspaper this morning that over a million is going to be spent in bets. I mean, it's crazy the money that goes on this, Bernard. I mean, why is this such a big highlight for Irish people to travel over to Cheltenham?
Yeah, it goes back so many years. We have so much success here as well. It is the mecca, like we said, for flat racing. There's so many great races, so many top-class races. And as well as that, success breeds success. We've been so successful here. There is the Presbytery Cup, which is the battle between the Irish trained horses and also those from Britain. We won really well there last year. I'd have to whisper that around these parts. Might upset a few people. There's 28 races here across the 4 days. And last year, 23 of those were won by Irish trainers. It is something the Irish absolutely love. They come over in their huge numbers. And like we said, it is the Olympics of horse racing. So many top-class races taking place across the 4 days. It's hard to pick out a highlight. Of course, the Gold Cup on Friday is the one everyone's going to look at. But right across the 4 days, including St. Patrick's Day, there's just some really top-class racing.
Let's talk about the Irish burner today, Rachel Blackmore. She is riding today, isn't she? Like, I'm sure she's looking for another memorable week.
Yeah, she has 3 rides today. She had a memorable year last year. She's hoping to get the memorable week off to a great start today. Probably the big race that she won last year, the absolute highlight for her, of course, was herself and Honeysuckle teamed up to win the champion hurdle on day one. They're back this year to defend their crown. They have 14 wins from 14 races. You wouldn't bet against them. And I suppose, just even speaking back and listening back on Rachel Blackmore last year, the one thing that was missing for Rachel Blackmore last year, let's not forget, she finished as the top jockey here last year, having won 6 races. No jockey won any more than 6 races last year. She was top jockey. The only thing missing for Rachel Blackmore last year was the fact that all that took place behind closed doors. There was no crowds here. She didn't get to come up the shots we showed you there, to come up inside the parade ring here and hear that Cheltenham roar. She'll have it this year, so that she'll be hoping to repeat her success. It's a big ask to win 6 races. If anybody can do it, Rachel Blackmore can. But they get the action underway today. They have the hot favourite of the unbeaten Honeysuckle with Rachel Blackmore, the mare, and Rachel Blackmore in that champion hurdle today. So she'll be hoping to get her campaign off to a winning start today. She's down for around about 3 rides this afternoon.
Yeah, that horse, I think Honeysuckle is on 3:30, of course, that race as well, Bern. Can I just ask you about the atmosphere over there? Because you mentioned, Rachel, how successful she was last year, but it was, there was nobody in the crowds. And we see that final straight in Cheltenham and the Cheltenham roar that you mentioned. How special is it for somebody who's there, the excitement, so many people going to it? What is it about Cheltenham that makes it so special, and that final sprint up the hill that is just such a memorable to win in front of that crowd? You can't beat it.
It is absolutely electric, and like you said there, it is all about the Cheltenham Roar. 65 to 75,000 fans on average here each day. It's just one of those things in sport. It is all about the Roar. It was great that it went ahead last year. Of course, it did go ahead 2 years ago as well. Last year, behind closed doors, it was great that we had some sort of racing here. But Cheltenham, without the Cheltenham Roar, as you said, Tommy, really isn't anything really. And it was great last year. It was great to see the races go ahead. But the Cheltenham Roar back here this year will be massive. But yeah, it's built on that. It's what this is sold as, top class racing, and all about that Cheltenham Roar. As we said, so many fans here, and so many, the mixture of fans. And it's interesting as well, the Irish horse racing fans come across. There's also horse racing fans from all over the UK here, from France and from further afield as well. So when you put all that mix together, get that electric atmosphere, that's what makes Cheltenham special. And that's why I think this year people are looking forward to it more, because it really feels, even speaking to the race director yesterday, it really feels that we're back to a real special Cheltenham. We saw the buzz yesterday. We got a flight from Dublin Airport yesterday morning, and the fans are already in fine spirits then, getting themselves limbered up for what is going to be a special 4 days. But even now, the crowds aren't allowed in here till 10:30, but you can feel, even amongst the staff, the 6,000 staff hired here across the 4 days, you can feel that electric atmosphere building slowly as the morning goes on.
Bernard, I have to say, you're right on trend with that paddy cap.
It was all Jared's idea.
Is that a memo you get going to Cheltenham?
Pretty much a memo, yeah. A tweed jacket and/or a cap. I haven't got the tweed jacket, but I don't know. I have a few hours to go out and find myself a tweed jacket, perhaps from my reports later on in Virgin Media News.
Well, listen,
you look the part anyway.
Absolutely. The problem is with Cheltenham, you'll have to be dressed up for every day all the way until Friday as well. And listen, congratulations. You're getting a night away from the little one. Poor Ger Tracy's at home, left with the little one, and you're getting to get a good night's sleep.
I still can't believe how easy that conversation went. Yeah, I came home one day and said, listen, they've asked me to go to Cheltenham. It's 4 days away, of course. Kitty's only 3 months there. I said, go ahead, no problem. She's safely tucked away in Abbeynockmoy. Looking forward to the parade in Galway on Thursday. So once I got the thumbs up, I didn't need asking twice.
Well, listen, Ger's the real legend in all of this. So, Bernard, enjoy it the next couple of days. You'll have a ball. God, he looks great. Love the hat. It's fantastic. Bernard O'Toole, thanks a million. And, of course, you can catch all of the live racing coverage right here on Virgin Media 1. It'll be starting from 1 o'clock this afternoon.